Hello, and welcome to another episode of Healing Horizons, Ibogaine therapy in Mexico. Today, we're diving into an intriguing conversation about the connection between Ibogaine therapy and neuroplasticity in healing. We have with us an extraordinary expert in this field, who will provide us with deep insights into how the brain's incredible ability to change and adapt can be harnessed for recovery and healing. Thank you for joining us today. Let's get started. To kick things off, could you explain to our listeners what neuroplasticity is and why it's so significant in the context of mental health and addiction recovery?
Certainly. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's remarkable capacity to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This concept is crucial in mental health and addiction recovery because it means that even though certain behaviors, thoughts, and addictions may have previously dominated someone's life, the brain can remodel and create new, healthier pathways. This adaptability allows individuals to incorporate new habits, thought patterns, and coping strategies, making recovery not only possible but sustainable.
That's a fascinating concept. It must be particularly reassuring for those hoping for change. Now, let's delve into how Ibogaine therapy works at a neurological level. Could you break it down for us?
Ibogaine is an alkaloid derived from the root bark of the iboga shrub, traditionally used in spiritual practices of West Africa. When it comes to its impact on the brain, Ibogaine functions on several levels. Pharmacologically, it interacts with a variety of neurotransmitter systems, including serotonin, dopamine, and opioid receptors. These interactions are believed to reset the brain's neurochemical balance, alleviating withdrawal symptoms and cravings, particularly in opioid and other substance dependencies. At the same time, Ibogaine appears to catalyze neuroplastic changes by promoting the growth and strengthening of synaptic connections, which plays a vital role in counteracting addictive behavior and facilitating psychological healing.
It's incredible to hear how multidimensional its effects are. Building on that, can you discuss how Ibogaine facilitates neuroplastic changes that aid in recovery?
Certainly, Ibogaine is believed to potentiate neuroplasticity by activating brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein influential in synaptic plasticity and neuronal health. This is akin to jump-starting the brain's inherent healing capabilities. By encouraging the formation of new synaptic connections, the brain is better equipped to develop new patterns of thought and behavior. This is crucial for those recovering from addiction or trauma because it supports the establishment of healthier, more adaptive neural pathways, reducing reliance on maladaptive coping mechanisms.
There's a lot of optimism in the potential for neuroplasticity to bring about positive change. Could you share some personal stories from individuals who have experienced transformation through Ibogaine therapy?
Of course, I've been fortunate enough to work with many individuals whose lives were transformed by Ibogaine therapy. One client, who battled severe opioid addiction for over a decade, described his Ibogaine experience as a profound reset for the brain. Post-treatment, he reported a significant reduction in cravings and an increased ability to engage in reflective thought, which allowed him to address underlying emotional issues that contributed to his addiction. Another individual with a history of trauma and PTSD shared that Ibogaine therapy helped to reframe painful memories, reducing their emotional impact and empowering them to move forward with renewed purpose. These stories underscore how the therapy can serve as a powerful catalyst in reshaping one's mindset and life trajectory.
These stories truly emphasize the transformative potential of Ibogaine therapy. In terms of scientific research, how well supported are the effects of Ibogaine on the brain and behavior?
The body of research supporting Ibogaine's effects is growing, though it's an area that warrants further exploration. Studies have demonstrated its efficacy in interrupting addiction, particularly with opioids, by acting on the aforementioned neurotransmitter systems and promoting neuroplastic changes. Research also suggests that Ibogaine can produce long-lasting reductions in drug-taking behavior and withdrawal symptoms. However, due to legal constraints and the need for controlled clinical settings, more comprehensive studies are still needed to fully understand its mechanisms and optimize treatment protocols.
It's promising to hear that the scientific community is digging deeper into Ibogaine's potential. Beyond addiction, how might Ibogaine therapy address trauma and other mental health challenges?
Ibogaine's impact extends beyond addiction. It can offer relief for individuals dealing with unresolved trauma, depression, and anxiety. By facilitating neuroplasticity, Ibogaine enables individuals to reformulate their thought processes and emotional responses, potentially diminishing the impact of traumatic memories. This opens up the possibility for healing, not just through the chemical rebalancing in the brain, but also through encouraging introspection and personal insight, which are invaluable in overcoming a broad spectrum of mental health challenges.
That truly broadens the horizon for Ibogaine's applications. For those seeking recovery, what considerations should they bear in mind when exploring Ibogaine therapy, and why is a supportive environment important?
When considering Ibogaine therapy, it's vital to approach it with an informed mindset. Understanding that while it's a potent tool, it's not a standalone cure is essential. The therapy should be undertaken in a medically supervised setting, given the physical and psychological intensity of the experience. A supportive environment is crucial, not just during the treatment, but also in the post-therapy integration phase. This support helps individuals process their experiences and incorporate new insights into everyday life, thus reinforcing long-term recovery outcomes. Additionally, therapeutic follow-up, such as counseling or support groups, can provide ongoing support on the recovery journey.
Those are important points for anyone considering this path. Finally, what future implications do you foresee for integrating Ibogaine therapy within traditional mental health treatment frameworks?
I foresee a future where Ibogaine therapy is integrated more widely as a complementary approach within mental health and addiction treatment programs. As we address existing legal and clinical challenges, and as more research is conducted, Ibogaine could gain broader acceptance as part of a holistic treatment plan. This integration can potentially reshape mental health care by offering an alternative to conventional pharmacotherapy, especially for those who have found limited success with existing options. Ultimately, the goal would be to broaden access to Ibogaine as a viable, structured treatment in the mental health field, potentially transforming the landscape of how we address addiction and mental health challenges.
Thank you for sharing your expertise today. It's been enlightening hearing about the profound potential of Ibogaine therapy and its connection to neuroplasticity. Your insights have no doubt provided our listeners with valuable information and hope. As we wrap up today's episode, we want to remind our audience that while Ibogaine therapy offers transformative possibilities, it should always be pursued with caution and under professional supervision. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Healing Horizons Ibogaine Therapy in Mexico. Stay tuned for more discussions that explore the frontiers of healing, blending science and spirituality. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us some feedback. Until next time, take care and be well.